I'm repeating the point one more time. So we are trying to understand business hours. What are these business hours? These are the days and hours during which your support team is available. These are the days and hours during which your support team is available. In how many ways we can keep the business hours? In how many hours we can keep the business hours? We can set the business hours in two formats. We can set the business hours in two formats. What are the two formats? Organization level. Second one is profile level. We can set the business hours at organization level and profile level. What is this organization level? It is for every user in the organization. When I say profile level, only for a set of users I want to give. Only for a set of users I want to give. When I say organization level, it is for everyone in the organization. When I say organization level, it is for everyone in the organization. When I say profile level, this is for only specific users. Let me give. Look at this example. In my organization, I have a group of users. Let us understand quickly. In my organization, I have a group of users. I have a group of users. I have a group of users. So these are the group of users. These group of users, all these people are having profile called manager profile. All this group of people having a profile called now these people are my HR executives. In my organization, I have a group of users. And these people are now in my organization, these are the group of users. For the people whom I want to give clerk access, for them I give clerk profile. For the people whom I want to give manager access, I give them manager profile. Like that, we give different set of profiles for them. Now I told everyone in the organization my business hours, my company business hours are from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. In my organization, my business hours are from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. That means everyone in the organization should be able to log into my application only from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Everyone in the organization should log into my organization only from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. This is for everyone. It is what? Organization level. What is this called? Organization. When I give something like organization level, it is applied for everyone. But I told my HR manager should be, this is for everyone, but I told my HR manager should log in from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or let's say 4 p.m. My HR manager should log in from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That means for these three people, I want to give a different set of login hours. Everyone in my organization should log in from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. But my HR manager should log in from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. What should I do? For this group of people, I want to give a different set of business hours. Then I will go with the profile. Go to the profile. In the profile level, give the login hours. So I can give login hours, business hours for everyone at organization level. If you want to give specific business hours for a group of people, go to their profile, give the permission in their profile. Are you clear? Right. I told HR executives should be able to log in from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. So what should I do? I have to go to the profile of HR executive, modify the business hours. For everyone, if you want to give organization level. For a group of people, you want to give any extra or remove the existing permission, I will go with the profile level. So which will dominate? Profile will dominate. I am giving the profile because I want this guy to have something different from organization. So which will dominate? Now, let us see. That's what I mentioned here. We can give the business hours at two levels. One is at a organization level, other is at a profile level. When you say organization level, what does it mean? These are the business hours. Restrictions are applied for every user in the organization. Okay. All the users in the organization can log in only during business hours. Okay. Any user who logged in now 10 to 5 p.m. I logged in at 4 p.m. What is the business hours? 10 to 5 p.m. I logged in at 4:30 p.m. At 4:30 p.m. I logged in. I'm allowed to log in from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. I logged in at 4:30 p.m. I started working. Right now the time is 5:01 p.m. What will happen? Your company business hours are from 10 to 5. I logged in at 4:30. I started working. Right now the time is 5:01 p.m. What will happen? Any user who logged in during the business hours, he can continue to work, but he cannot create any new sessions again. He cannot create any new connections again. But the person who logged in during the business hours, he can continue to work even after business hours. Any person who logged in during the business hours, he will continue to work even after business hours. Okay, that's what I mentioned here. Any user who logged in during the business hours, he can continue to work even after business hours. I told any user who logged in, during the business hours, he can continue to work even after the business hours, but he cannot create any new session. People are clear with this? People are clear with this format? Okay. Now, what is the navigation? Let us see how to create organization level. Go back. Setup. I am going with organization level. Setup. Administer. Company profile. Business hours. Edit. Now, first choose the time zone. According to which time zone you are giving the business hours. Then business hours. Sunday is enough I am giving. Monday I am saying same too. So I am giving my business hours. As per the weekdays, you want to give how you want to give. This is how I set the business hours. So the users are allowed to log in only during these hours. What is called organization level business hours. Look at the format. Setup, administer, company profile, business hours, edit. You are able to set the business hours here. Sunday, Monday, like that we got business hours. I hope I am clear. People are clear with this? Right. This is for everyone in the organization. No, I want to give profile level for manager, okay. For the users whose profile is manager, I want to give them a restriction. So let us see. I am going with what is the profile we give to Wilson? I told any user with the manager profile, they can log in only from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. or 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Look at the format. Go to the manager profile. Scroll down. You find here login hours. The login hours we got here. told on Monday 10 a.m. to 11. I told on Monday 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. I told all the users, whoever is having a profile called manager profile, on Monday they can log in from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Now who is having this profile? Who is having this profile? For Wilson I gave this profile. Who is having the profile? I created a user called Wilson. I created a new user called Wilson with the profile called manager profile. So Wilson is trying to log in. Wilson is trying to log in. Wilson is trying to log in. Then it failed. Wilson is trying to log in. It failed. It failed. Then I reported the same issue to administrator saying that boss, I am unable to log into my account. Then what the administrator will do, you will go to administer, manage users. What you will find here? Login state. What is finding here? Login state. Administer, manage users, login state. In the login history, he is finding Wilson made an attempt, but it was not successful because of what? Restricted time. So according to the Wilson profile, he was only supposed to log in from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m., 11 a.m. But he was attempting at 7:53. There is a reason your account is not activated. You are not allowed to log into the Salesforce. So what happened? I restricted the user based on what? Login hours. I restricted the user based on what? Login hours. Go to the manager profile. Go to the manager profile. I remove this. When I remove this, you will be allowed to log in 24/7. I hope I'm clear. I hope I'm clear. Right. Now let us go to the next one. This is the organization level and profile level. What is the navigation? Setup, administer, company profile, business hours, edit. Choose the time zone, choose the business hours, and this is for organization level. What if you want to go for profile level? Setup, administer, manage users, profiles, profile name, logins. This is how we have to make. This is organization level and profile level. I hope I am clear with this format. This is what? Login hours, restriction, login hours, restriction. That is nothing but business hours, restriction. In how many ways we can restrict? 2 ways. One is at profile level, other is at organization level. I hope I am clear. Okay. The next one, IP address restriction. Yes, obviously. Right. Now let us see here. IP address restriction. See, always the profile will dominate organization. Always the profile will dominate organization. If profile, whatever the time zones, whatever the business hours we give in the profile, that is fine. The profile will dominate. The profile will dominate. Okay. Profile will dominate. Now look at the format. What is this? IP address restriction. Now my application is a sensitive application. I don't want everybody to log in from their own computers. I have a restricted IP addresses. I don't want everybody to log in from their systems. I have a restricted IP address. Like I have a banking application. All my staff are allowed to log into my application only from the systems which are within the bank. Now I want to restrict the people based on the IP address. My application is a sensitive application. I don't want everybody to log in from whatever the system they want. I want to restrict them to specified IP addresses. Then I go with what? IP address restriction. Trying to restrict the users based on the IP address of the system. Now, there are 2 ways in which I can restrict. One is at organization level, other one is at a profile level. So again, for everyone you want to give a restriction, we go with what? Organization level. No, for a specific group of people I want to restrict, the same story. I want everybody to log in from whatever the system they want, but for the HR executives, they should log in from only the iPads what I have given. Rest all the people can log in from whatever the system they want. Executives should be able to log in from only the laptops what I provide. So what do we want to do? We want to give a restriction. Is it for an entire organization or is it for a group of people? If it is for entire organization, I will go with the organization level restriction. No, I want to give for a specific group of people, I will go with the profile level restriction. So let us see how to give organization level setup, administer, security controllers, network access, then give your IP address. I give IP. So you are only allowed to, all the users in the organization are only allowed to log in from this range of IP addresses. Right, boss? Now, if it is not the case, I will go to the second one. What is the second one? First, let me give IP address of my system. Now, this is for organization. How do you set for organization? Setup, administer, security controllers, then we have network access, new network access, set the IP addresses. I hope I'm clear. The second one is profile level. How do you set a profile level? Setup, administer, manage users, profiles, new profile. You are choosing a new profile, or else I want to give restriction for existing profile. What is the profile I am choosing? Manager. Go to the manager profile, scroll down, go to the manager profile, scroll down, you find here login IP ranges, login IP ranges, login IP ranges, new. This is the range of IP address again. So all the users in the organization whose profile is manager, they can only log in from here. Now they are saying, Satish, your current system is not within this range. Your current system is not within this range. No problem, save it. So my computer is not within the range of what I have given. Now what happened? Wilson was trying to log in. When Wilson made an attempt to log in, it failed. Then what happened? I reported the same issue to the administrator. How the administrator will resolve it? Setup, administer, manage users, login history, then he found Wilson made an attempt to log in but failed because of restricted IP address. Failed because of restricted IP address. Now we will decide whether he can remove the restriction or say to a user boss you cannot log in from this IP address. So any issue that you are getting that is resolved from where? Administrator will go through what? Administrator will go through login hours, administrator will go through login history and trace out what is the problem and fix the problem. So in how many ways we can give the restriction? One we can give it organization level, other one we can give it profile level. Organization level how do you give it? Setup, administer, security controllers, network access, set the IP address. What is the restriction? Administer, security controllers, network access, set the IP address. Are you clear? Now, even the profile level, manage users, profiles, choose the profile for which you want to give, then go with the login IP ranges. Give the profile name, give it the login IP ranges, you will be able to set the IP addresses. I hope I'm clear. We can do it at the organization level or at a profile level. Once again, I'll quickly revise. How do you set the organization level? Set up, administer, then we got security controllers, network access, new network access. Define it. Now at profile level, set up, administer, manage users, profiles, choose the profile, scroll down, we have login IP ranges. We have login IP ranges. I hope I'm clear. I hope I'm clear with this. Clear for everyone? This is how we have set the IP address restriction. So we can restrict the users based on login hours. We can restrict the users based on IP addresses. Next we have yes, exactly. Now this is I told login hours restrictions. The word I use is login hour restriction. IP address restrictions. I am using a word called restriction. Because you are restricting. You don't mention everybody. Everybody is able to log in. You are restricting them. Okay. Now, let us go to the next one. We are trying to understand the next format. That is maximum invalid attempts. Now, when you are trying to withdraw the money from the ATM, you make 3 attempts. Automatically, what happened? 3 wrong attempts if you make, your account is blocked. Is it permanently blocked or only for the day? For the day. So if I log, okay, for the day. So what does that mean? They are blocking your account for the day. Similarly, how many attempts you can make? How many invalid attempts you can make? How many invalid attempts you can make? How many invalid attempts you can make? If you cross that limit, for how much time your account is blocked? How many invalid attempts you can make? If you cross that limit, for how much time the account will be blocked? That's called maximum invalid attempts. So go back to your organization. See this. Setup, administer, setup, administer. Then we are going with maximum invalid attempts. Go with the security controllers. In the security controllers we have password policies. Under the password policies, they say maximum invalid attempts. I give 10. Effective lockout period. If you cross the 10 attempts, what should I do? Lock the account for 50 minutes, 30, 60, forever. Whatever the choice you want. So this is what? Maximum invalid attempts for entire organization. For entire organization you want to give, this is the structure. So what is the format? Setup, administer, security controllers, password policies. So what is that? Security controllers. So we have password policies. Then we have how many invalid attempts you can make, for how much time the account is locked. This is for entire organization. No, I don't want to give for entire organization. I want to give for only a group of people. Then what I can do? Go to profile, setup, administer, manage users, profile. Then I'm giving it. Click on edit. Scroll down. We scroll down and then you find how many invalid attempts you can make. Any user with manager profile, they can only make 3 attempts. After 3 attempts, automatically what happened? Account will be locked. Are you getting my point? Now I am trying to make a login. So I am making first attempt, second attempt. So I made attempts here. So if I made attempts, go back and see. He reported the same issue to the administrator. Boss, I was trying to log in, but it says invalid password. Can you help me out? What is the process he follows? Setup, administer, manage users, login history. That's your reason. Your password is locked out because of what? Invalid password. You will third attempt, automatically what happened? Your account is locked. So you can give the restriction at a profile level or at the organization level. Organization level is for everyone, profile level is for a group of people. Right. So how do you set this? Look at the format. Maximum invalidation. We can do it at organization level or organization level. What is the navigation? Setup, administer, security controllers, password policies. Choose the maximum invalid items. It is going to be what? 3, 5, 10. What is the effective logout period? 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes. The next one, what is the next one? Profile level. The profile level, setup, administer, manage users, profile name, setup, administer, manage users, profile name, click on edit. Set the login hours. I hope I am clear. This is to set the number of invalid attempts what you can make at the organization level, at the profile level. Now the point is, you made an attempt and your account is locked. You made an attempt and your account is locked. Then how to resolve the issue? Now it says your account is locked. If you cross the maximum number of invalid attempts, automatically your account is going to be what? Locked. Now what is the action that administrator can do? He can reset your password. If you don't remember the password, obviously I have to reset the password. I can reset the password or I can unlock. If a user reported that his account is locked because of maximum number of invalid attempts, right, then how would the administrator will resolve? Unlock the account or reset the password. If anybody's account is locked because of maximum invalid attempts, then what will happen? Administrator can resolve this by using what? Reset the password or unlock the user. If your account is locked because of maximum number of invalid attempts, if you have crossed the maximum number of invalid attempts, then how the administrator will resolve? Administrator will resolve this by resetting the password or unlocking the user. I hope I am clear. Any further queries on this? Clear for everyone? Okay. Now, look at the structure. This is what I give. I give a couple of use cases for you. Practice the use cases. Then we have the next one.
Can we say group?
Yeah, group is number profile, right? No, organization or profile. Profile may be given for one person or a group of people. So, we are going to give the restriction at the organization level or profile level. When I say profile, it may be one person or a group of person. All the 5 people you get. It's very good. It's very good. It's for only the group. Then, right boss. People are done with these 3 points here. One is business hours, other one is IP address, third one is invalid attempts. Then we have 2 more choices here. Freeze the user, deactivate the user. What is the meaning of freeze and what is the meaning of deactivate? Listen to the point. If you lose your credit card, I lost my credit card, what I will do? Will I cancel my card or block the card? So what is the difference between a block and a cancel? When you say block, it's momentarily, temporarily it is blocked, temporarily is blocked. When you say cancel, permanently it is blocked. So when you say freeze, we are blocking the user temporarily. We are blocking the user temporarily. Now what happened? Look at the format. Let us see how many licenses we have. Come back to this, see how many licenses I have. Now, Salesforce licenses. How many I have? 2 licenses. How many of them are used? 2 licenses. How many of them are left out? 0. I have 2 licenses. Both of them I have used and there are 0 licenses. Now there are 2 licenses. Both of them are used. There are 0 licenses which are left out. I hope I am clear. Now, go back to the Wilson. There is an option here. When you open a Wilson, there is an option. What is this? I freeze the user. When you freeze, go back to company and see how many licenses are there, how many of them are used. That means license given to the Wilson is still with the Wilson. Whatever the license I give to the Wilson, the license is still with the Wilson. Whatever the license I give to Wilson, that license is still with the Wilson. Wilson is trying to log in again. Wilson is trying to log in, but it says invalid attempt. So go back. Administrator opened the login history. He verified. Wilson made an attempt, but he was unable to log in because user is Wilson. So we are blocking the user temporarily. When you want to block the user temporarily, then we freeze him. When you freeze, license given to the user is still with the user. License given to the user is still with the user. Right. Now go back, unfreeze. Now similarly, now I am trying to deactivate the user. Go to the Wilson, you are finding a checkbox here. What is this? Click on edit, remove this checkbox. When you remove this checkbox, then go back. Now go back to the company. Now see how many licenses are there, how many of them are used, how many of them are remaining. So what is the meaning of this? Was when you deactivate the license given to the user, when you deactivate license given to the user, license given to the user will come back to the license given to the user will come back to the organization. If I deactivate any user, whatever the license I give to the user, that will come back to the organization. User cannot log in, and the license what we give will come back to the organization. I can create one more user with the same license. So when I say deactivate, license given to the user will come back to the organization. License given to the user will come back to the organization. I hope I'm clear. Freeze. The license is still with the user. Deactivate. License given to the user will come back to the organization. I hope I'm clear with this. That's what I have mentioned here. Freeze. When you freeze what happened? When you freeze the user will not be able to log in. The license given to the user still remains with the user. Deactivate. When you deactivate the user will not be able to log in, but the license what I give to user will be released back to the organization. How do you check the login history? How do you check the login history? Setup, administer, manage users, login history. I hope I'm clear with this. People are clear with this? Right. People are clear with this? Right. Now the question is, who is allowed to create a new user? We have seen how to create a user. What are the different types of login issues that he has? Now the question is, who can create a user? Who can deactivate a user? Who can freeze the user? Who can give the IP address restriction? Who can give the business hour restriction? Is everyone in the company can set? Who is allowed to do it? Let us understand this. Let us understand this. Let me activate the Wilson. Now, I am going to Wilson. Wilson login. Now, Wilson login. Look at the form. Setup. How to create a profile? Administer. Manage users. Profiles. Now, why you are not able to? You are not able to create any profile. The reason is, for the Wilson profile, for the profile of Wilson, we remove the permission called manage profiles and if I give this permission, all the users in the organization whose profile has manage profiles and permission set, they will be able to create. Now I give manage profiles and permission set, then what is getting? So who can create a new profile? Any user in the organization whose profile has managed profiles and permission set, they can create a new profile. Now go back. I am trying to create a new role. Manage users role. Add a new role. I am able to create a new role. I am able to create. But I don't want managers to create a new role. So what I will do? Go to the profile of managers. Manage. If I remove this, you will not be getting a permission to create the roles. So who can create a new role? Any user in the organization whose profile has managed roles. If your profile has managed roles permission, then you will be able to create a new roles. Who will be able to create a new roles? Any user in the organization whose profile has managed roles permission, they will be able to create. It is not only administrator. Any user in the organization who has this permission, they can create a profile, they can create roles. Right, boss? Now I want to say, creation of user, setup, Wilson, setup, administrator, manage users. Is he finding the permission here? He is not finding. So what I am doing? Go to the profile of Wilson, and there is an option called manage internal users. What is the option they have? Manage. If I enable this option, if I enable the option called manage internal users, then you was able to create. Who is that? Previously there is no option, right? But now we got an option to. Are you clear about this? So who can create a new user? User with the permission called manage internal users. Any user in the organization who has this permission, they can create a new user. Now, let me open the Wilson. This is the option. What is that? Change password. Reset the password, unlock the password, reset the password, unlock, right? So who can reset the password? Again, in the profile, there is a permission. For the permission, reset user passwords and unlock the user. People who have this permission, only those people can reset the password or unlock the permission. So who is giving you permissions? Your profile is telling what you are allowed to see. Can you reset the password? Can you create a new profile? Can you create a new role? Can you create a new user? Who is telling you? Your profile is telling. According to the profile given to you, go and check. Do you have the permission to create a role? Do you have a permission to create a role? Do you have a permission to create a profile? Do you have a permission to create a user? Do you have a permission to reset the password? Do you have a permission to give IP address restrictions? What is this? IP address restriction. Do you have a permission to Do you have a permission to reset the business hours? What we have seen? Reset the business hours. Okay, IP address restrictions, creation of roles, creation of profiles, creation of users. Okay, resetting the password, unlocking the user. Right? The other one, password policies. Password policy. What is this password policies? How many invalid attempts I can make? For how much time the account should be logged out? That is available where? Manage password policies. If I give this permission, then that user will have all these permissions of creation of role, profile and everything. Look at the point. So first one, manage roles. This permission is given for what? For creation of roles. Manage profiles and permission set. This is for what? Creation of profiles. Manage password policies. It is for what? Password policy. What is that? How many invalid attempts I can make? How much time account is logged out? Login access policies. Not even covered. This point is not covered. Manage IP restrictions. Reset the password. Manage internal users. Manage users. Manage business hours and all this. These are the 9 permissions which are required to control profiles, roles, user. Are you clear? These 9 permissions in the profile will control permissions of the user. Are you clear?
What difference between internal and external user?
Internal user means an employee of my organization. External user means you may be a partner, you may be a customer. Now, Amazon. Now you are opening a website, creating your own username, password of the website, logging in. You are an external user to Amazon. Employees of Amazon who are working, they are internal users. Now, Amazon has some partners, Blue Dot Korea, some XYZ companies. Those people also log into the site and they place their, they add their products. So they are external users. You are internal user. Okay. Any other queries from your end?